string, are you with me? No, rainbow, curtain in the city, ocean, me down, upstream, are you with me? Feeling
Ladies and gentlemen, it's AJ's Lintrix CMT Charter Market Ignition. Welcome to the sixth edition of our Trading Congress 2024. Another virtual summit, another virtual trade camp is back with us. Actually, Bitcoin is right now, as I'm checking it, the price, it's over $95,000, which means it's closer than 5% away from 100%, from $100,000, which is another magical milestone, even though it's been tacked on the CME futures. You know, it's actually resulted also creating a large gap and a vacuum in between. Now, in the process, we have set those boundaries in our mindsets, right? This is actually why our thoughts, this effect in psychology called thought priming. We materialize our thoughts. We fear of 100K. We fear of magical numbers. We treat them specially, even though they are just like any other number. And we materialize those thoughts and basically set the bid and ask orders, creating this actual resistance and a wall right there where it doesn't even have to exist. So we are subject to our own fallacies. We are subject to our own emotional cognitive biases, which are, I'd say, counterintuitive. Very often they are not rational, they are not efficient, they are not effective, and they interfere rational thinking. And rational thinking should be based on quantitative analysis on the right, base, reliability, on the good source of the numbers, of the data, raw facts, numbers, evidence, things that cannot be refuted, things that cannot be denied, right? In the chart market ignition process, we are always taught about this statistical inference and how we actually make conclusions, how we arrive at decisions. And to arrive at accurate decisions in the financial markets, we have to get access to the right education, to the right tools, to the right portals, basically including all the essentials, about price, about project, what's happening in the market, the indices, the prices, and all the tickers, basically. And the efficiency of the markets depends on the goodness of the source, the quality of the source. And to talk about that, to talk about the market efficiency, to talk about how we can be more efficient with the right tools and with the right platforms, giving us the overview of the markets, I'm joined today by today's guest, by Stewart Bowers, who's actually right here from CoinTel. And CoinTel is our partners. They're our sponsors. There's a huge dose of admiration that I have for everybody working at CoinTel, to Matthew as well, to everybody who's behind the scenes, putting in a lot of hard work to actually making the markets a little bit more efficient, to providing efficient analysis, to providing efficient numbers, and a lot of good rankings. So with big opening love and respect coming from me to you, Stewart, how are you feeling today?
Good, thank you, Adrian. That was a very detailed intro. Really appreciate it. So just to give a quick background of myself, I started my career in '93 working for Chase Manhattan Bank out of Hong Kong. I was working for the Technology, Media, and Telecom Group, doing mostly corporate finance, fundraising for large telecom projects, as well as semiconductor projects. I started my first tech company at age 29. We were doing systems integration for telecom companies during the transition from telecom to internet. I've been a founder of 4 companies. I've had 3 exits. The latest one was a robo-advisory firm, one of the largest robo-advisory firms in Europe, which we sold to Saxo Bank. And that was very much a Web2 project. We were doing asset management on behalf of the very large asset managers, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, and others. We bought a very small company that was spun off from ING, which was a funds broker, and we transformed that in 15 months from 0 AUM to 120 AUM right before we sold the company. So that's a brief background. So my background's basically in banking, fintech, payments, wealth management, and now working for CoinTel.
That makes all the sense in the world. That's already spectacular. And I think people like you who have got a lot of experience in the traditional finance are so much needed in this space, right? Because there are so many inefficiencies basically inside of the Web3. So before we actually dive in straight to the presentation and straight to the walkthrough for the CoinTel platform, CoinTel AI features, what's kind of like the reason why did you decide to step into Web3?
Well, I bought my first Bitcoin in 2013. I think I paid about $100 for it, and then it immediately went up to 1,000. So I got all excited back then. And I've been very involved in trading over the years, particularly in 2016, 2017. I am more of a Bitcoin maximalist now, but I do invest in Ethereum, Solana, Doge, and I've been looking at Pepe, but those are the main coins I dabble in.
All right, so there's a space for meme coins, I think. So all the meme coins communities are actually right now probably cheering up for that. So thanks for sharing, Stewart. And speaking of CoinTel, of course, Matthew and I had so many discussions. Matthew, for the transparency for everybody who's watching and viewing that right now, Matthew Herz, he's a co-founder of Phantom Foundation, right? A very successful project back a couple of years ago, just over $8 billion, massive success, of course, on the Phantom side. And of course, having such a good track record with building multi-billion enterprises on Matthew's side and putting all together such an incredible, I think, platform, to share like us and just bring a little bit more sense, bring a little bit more efficiency for the rational decision making and the finances, something that cannot be highlighted enough, I should say. And speaking of which, actually, why wouldn't we take a look at a presentation that he prepared for us?
Sure. Let me see if I can. Bear with me. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we see your screen perfectly.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm just going to start off with the primer. CoinTel, in a nutshell, is a new platform aimed at basically novice users, but also advanced users who are interested in trading. The trading markets are becoming much more sophisticated and are going 24 hours a day. So you need to learn a little bit about trading so you don't get totally wrecked in this space. There's a lot of opportunity, but oftentimes you see a lot of newbies coming to the space. They'll hold it all the way up to the top, and then they'll ride it all the way to the bottom. So we want to avoid that. So just as a backgrounder, we're taking a more macro view of where we are in these various cycle tops, focusing on Bitcoin. Back in 2016, 2017, we had a cycle top starting in Q4 of 2016. It was right after the halving, and in October we saw the first signs of the breakout. And of course, the cycle top manifested itself very much in the latter part of 2017 Q4. We see the same thing happened in 2020 and 2021. The halving occurred in May of 2020, and the breakout was starting to become apparent in October, after which it ran all the way up to the all-time high in 2021, back in March of 2021. and then, of course, retraced from there. What we see in 2021 as well is a huge amount of KOLs and social media activity, which very much corresponded with the bull market at the time. This is a little bit dated data. It's only to the middle of this year. You actually saw the views going down, but now that the bull market's back on, this is trending up again. So where are we now? We're in the next beginnings of the next bull run, 2024. We had the halving earlier this year. We saw the first signs of the breakout in mid to late October, and we've reached just under 100,000. This is already a few days old, so we're back down, as you said, down to about 95,000. And of course, the Bitcoin dominance is another indicator that we look at. Bitcoin dominance hit 60% about a week ago. It's back down now to, I believe, about 58%, but still has some room to go up to about 70, 75% where it was at the peak of the bull run in 2021, which would indicate that we could have further upside if we break through 100,000. We could reach 120,000 and more. Another key indicator that I like to look at during the bull runs as a confirmation is really when retail jumps in. And so there's a Coinbase app rank bot on Twitter, x.com. And as of the 20th November, it was number 4 and has been number 1 ever since. Okay. So retail's definitely jumped in at this point. Of course, the media is going crazy, talking about all kinds of positive developments, the record MicroStrategy buy, the Trump team, Trump media firm buying a crypto platform. That was an interesting one. Last Friday, the Trump media group announced that they were acquiring BAT in the US, and Trump Media Group shares jumped 15%, while the BAT shares jumped 160%. So where does that leave us? I mean, we are probably excited. There's fear of missing out. People want to invest. And my first piece of advice is, stay informed. Don't stop learning. We can all get very excited, but this bull run has a ways to go, and there's going to be many opportunities, and you want to trade these opportunities in the smartest fashion possible. So the CoinTel advantage. I'll run through a few slides here. Using CoinTel, we think that it will be a very good tool to navigate where we currently are and where we expect to go. So currently we are in the Bitcoin run-up phase, which is phase 1. This represents large inflows going into Bitcoin. This has been confirmed by several indicators, and also the increase from about 72,000 last all-time high to about 95,000 today. Funds then start flowing into Ethereum. We're already seeing the breakout in Ethereum. And then these phases are then followed by funds flowing into large caps. I would say the top 20 coins on the rank list. And then that will be the beginning of alt season. I would say this bull run is slightly different. There's a huge emphasis on memes. Memes have been breaking out, and there's a lot of meme coins being minted every second on pump.fun. And there are ways to, of course, trade those early meme coin opportunities as they migrate to Radium. But my focus when it comes to trading is very much on looking at what's happening in the large liquidity tokens. CoinTel has a few unique features. We have an AI indicator analysis, which is a tool I'll demonstrate in a moment, which helps you with your trade setups. We also have a great deal of proprietary content that is provided by a number of professional traders who provide their insights and their trading views and strategies on the platform. We also have quite a bit of media in terms of social media, YouTube videos, articles, which are curated and summarized, so you don't have to go through the whole video, okay? The whole issue of too long, don't read. This is also helping with analyzing very quickly your trade setups. And how I'm trading 2025. I'll get to this in a moment, but let me take you first to the CoinTel platform. Hold on a second. All right. So this is the homepage of the CoinTel platform. What you'll see is it covers basically the whole market. What you'll see at the top is the number of on-chain cryptos and exchanges from which we are gathering data. You see the full market cap of the crypto community, which is currently 3.3 trillion. Volume, the dominance of BTC dominance and ETH dominance, as well as the gas price of ETH and the fear and greed. Fear and greed is currently at 77, which is in the greed category. Okay. Next, you'll see on the homepage the major coin market forecast. Special interests are popular coins, bullish coins, and fear and greed. You can take those away. Then you get your traditional list of the high market cap coins, and continues through many, many hundreds of coins. Let's take a look at Bitcoin very quickly. The Bitcoin page, currently trading just over 95,000. We have all the key indicators over here: market cap, supply, max supply. We have the technical analysis. This is kind of interesting because I use this very quickly to see where we are on the 15-minute, the 5-minute, 1 minute is neutral. Okay, so let's see what's a little bit behind that. Here you have your charting. This is a tool I like to use within this environment because we're going to go down and we're going to check our analysis with the chart prediction and the AI prediction in just a minute. But what you can do with the charting, it's very similar to TradeView. Let's take a look how we can analyze the price action in the latest breakout. So if I go back here, make this full screen, and I'm going to do a fib retracement. The first breakout is probably back in late October, but I think for this pattern, we're going to start somewhere around where we see the RSI lower lows changing trend to higher highs. So somewhere around here, we'll start our fib retracement. We'll take it all the way up to the high to give us an indication of where we are. Okay, so the next thing we want to do very quickly, just to do a very quick and practical analysis, is we're probably going to, the 50% is all the way down at 83, but we'll look at the 382 as our retest and trade. So on this basis, we can zoom closer in here, and we can very quickly say, okay, what's happening in the market? We can notice a few different things already. Let me turn this off. We can see that there is a resistance on the fib above the 0.236, and there is liquidity touching that resistance point. If we go back and turn on our moving averages, we see there is a moving average crossover of the 50 and the 100, which indicates some selling pressure. And we see an RSI at 51, which is right in the middle. What we're looking for very quickly is we're looking for a pattern on the RSI. For example, we see a bunch of lower lows here, and we want to see a few higher highs here, but I don't see it yet. And the RSI is sitting right around 50. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a long position analysis, and I will put it at around 88. And I'll put this somewhere halfway in between the two fib lines. And I will just make a stop loss. Let's see here. Somewhere like should be 1%. So what am I looking at here? I'm looking at maybe a potential trade setup. We have to see what's going to happen with the RSI. The RSI did appear to bounce right off of 50, which is a positive sign. We have a couple blue or green bars here. We'll put the RSI up here for a second. And what I want to do now is I want to check very quickly what's happening on the YouTube social media, but also the chart prediction and the chart AI. So let's take a look at the chart prediction first. So this is an analysis that was submitted about a day ago. This analysis is saying that the Bitcoin is bouncing off of the 92. He says it's going to go up. The fair value is between 92 and 84. Okay, that's one analysis. And there's a summary down here. The technical suggests Bitcoin remains bullish as long as the key support of 83 holds. Yes, I have a trade submitted above 83. We're going to closely watch the fair zone value, which is around 90 or 91. That's a quick reference point. Here's another analysis here. What this guy is saying is the bull trade plan has been disrupted a bit. There's been a bit of a sell-off. We're creating a range, the lower boundary of 93,000 for a target swing trade. This is a potential setup where I'll re-enter if it occurs around 93. So we're almost there. For now, it seems that Bitcoin plans are not stopping at 100K. Market makers provide liquidity and fuel. The point of no return, I guess the stop loss will be 88.7, about 88K. So those are just a few items where we can see some analysis. Let's go to the AI prediction very quickly. AI prediction showing a period of about 6 months, average price 71K, highest 99, lowest 53. We're looking at the moving averages, RSI. The RSI is 75. I think this is as of yesterday, which suggests it's overbought, but we're down in the 50 right now. So that confirms that the market is fighting between bulls and bears. Then let's look at real quick some of the social media. So again, the social media, I don't watch the video, but I will read through some of the curated text. I read through this. This is all bullish, or I should say bearish. MicroStrategy losses, sell the news concern, However, that it says Trump administration influence with crypto czar, industry euphoria. So it's kind of a mixed review. Nothing technical to draw on there. Let's see this one. Bitcoin, it's a trap. Don't get fooled. Okay, this video discusses Bitcoin's current market behavior. This guy's extremely bullish, facing resistance near 100K. Speaker predicts Bitcoin could continue consolidating for a few weeks. Okay, I agree. Similar to past cycles before breaking out to new highs with a target of 120,000. Okay, so we've looked at social media. We've looked at some chart predictions, some AI. Let's go back to our analysis. So we saw some, I forgot one thing here, hold on. We go back to the AI, it gives some recommendations. Consider buying if the price corrects around 85,000, for sure. This would be a better entry point, and sell recommendations around 95 to 98,000. If we go back to our chart that we just put together, we're looking at some short-term potential weakness. Let's make this big. And I will, if I were to initiate a trade based on what I see here today, I would probably set some limit orders to buy in the range anywhere below 93.5 down to 87, which is in line with the buy and sell recommendations from the AI and some of the charting predictors. If this starts, if the RSI starts to turn positive, then I might reassess this trade. But right now, this would be a trade setup. So what you can do in CoinTel is you can go back to the main page, and on these tokens, so we're looking at Bitcoin, you can immediately buy or purchase if you have a Bybit account. Going forward, so here you are with Bybit. Going forward, we're adding our own exchange, Colbit. And you can use then your wallet to then trade directly on Colbit or other exchanges that you hook up. You notice here, I don't have any balance, but the coins that I will have balance will be Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, Pepe, and Sol. Going back to the Bitcoin page, there are some other features within CoinTel. There's disclosure information, the chart, the YouTube, the chart prediction, and AI, which we went through. We also have the free board, which is the discussion boards, which you can read through. We also have a scam address for scams. So for example, this address here submitted November 28th. We could copy this here. You can check here if it's a scam. This says indeed this one is a scam. So you can check your addresses to third parties if you're not sending your Bitcoin to an exchange or to your personal wallet to see if they're a scam or not. This is a unique feature of CoinTel. So that in a nutshell is CoinTel, how I use it on a daily basis to set up trades. I will go back quickly to my presentation, how I'm trading 2025. I'm looking at more from the perspective of using bots, setting up your entry points and your exit points with bots, but more importantly, using trade signals to, initiate signals to buy and sell. Also, when you're sleeping, that's when a lot of activity occurs. I personally use bots that that have features like backtesting, journals, paper trading, rebalancing, and sell to cash, because I always sell to cash when signals are triggered. And my two favorite bots are 3 commas and Bitsgap. But it's very important to start looking into bots, because 86% of the crypto trading is currently conducted by the bots. And this is exceeding the financial industry, which is 60 to 75%. However, only 38% of individuals use bots. Going forward, my main bag, my model portfolio, if you will, I'm trading basically 3 coins, Bitcoin, Solana, and Doge, which on back tests indicate a return last year of about 4.42%. It's only slightly higher than if you held, but my objective in using a bot is to reduce my my exposure, my volatility, and my max drawdown, which, as you can see here, max drawdown is only 23%, as opposed to 44% if you just held. And my exposure is only 49%. So I'm out of the market half of the time. We're also testing our high frequency trading bot, which is our new HFT bag. We're using the Binance bot and backtesting module here. We found that the optimal time frame for trading based on signals is the 50-minute time frame over a 5-bar period. In that period, we look at things like the internal bar strength. We're looking at the MACD signals to be able to trade either long or short. And these are examples of the backtesting analysis over the period of basically October 1st to October 30th, before the massive breakout. And we hope and we expect that we should be seeing returns of 15 to 20% every 10 days using this bot. We're currently on the 3rd version. This is the high frequency AI bot. And on the 3rd version, we're looking at profits of 61% over a period of 30 days. Again, this is October 1st to October 29th. And we're looking at optimized number of trades reduced from 108 down to 66. So that, in a nutshell, is my presentation. I hope I laid out sufficiently what CoinTel is about, why we use it, how we're going to be trading in 2025 using bots for traditional wealth management purposes, holding long positions mostly, and how we're going to take advantage of the bull run using a high frequency bot.
That's very well done. Thank you so much, Stewart. And what I'm thinking as well is just trying to, again, to serve the community better, of course, right? Because it's supposed to be community platform. It's supposed to be the platform that many people are there to use, right? To utilize as their main kind of like a headline, the website page that they ever type in, right? The first thing when they wake up, they're not going to go to TradingView. They're not going to go to CoinMarketCap. They're not going to go to CoinGecko. They're supposed to go basically to CoinTel, all right? So how can we actually just build, and maybe it's already in the builds, right? Maybe it's already being built right now as we speak. How are you planning to basically just incentivize communities to start spending the time more on the CoinTel? Is it going to be like catching up with the hot narratives, with hot trends and aggregated community there? Or like, what was the perspective on that?
Right. Very good question. So what I wanted to demonstrate is how the CoinTel can be used as a one-stop shop in terms of not having to go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and then going to all the YouTube channels and then going and looking at social media. In actual fact, all those features are pre-built into CoinTel currently. Okay, so the idea is if you're day trading or swing trading or just getting into trading, it's a one location that you can go to. You can see the coin rankings Each coin has its own page. On each page, there's a community, the free board, that's dedicated to that particular coin. You also have the chart analysis, the analysts who provide their content, proprietary content on those pages. You have the AI tool, which you use to check your trading analysis. Okay. The communities we designed the platform so that the communities will naturally gravitate towards their preferred tokens. Okay. We're going to be working very closely with the communities of those tokens. We recently had an investment from Avalanche. They will be joining in the participation of CoinTel. They have grand plans. We are already a preferred affiliate of Bybit, and that's how you can trade using Bybit, and you can get a sign-up bonus using Bybit. We're going to integrate an exchange so that it serves as a one-stop location. Once you do a bit of analysis, research, then you can trade using your wallet. We want to educate the community around scams in the crypto community. If you're an OG, you've definitely lost money in this space over the years. So we want to accelerate the onboarding of novices onto the platform. And our goal is to get on board the next 100 million crypto users as the whole crypto space goes mainstream.
I love it. 100 million sounds like a good target for many different reasons. And speaking of, of what's still kind of like around the corner, would you be able, Stewart, to give us a little bit of a glimpse, into the future, and then what might be ahead? What new features are you going to be unrolling anytime soon?
Okay, so going forward, we are advancing a lot on the development of the AI module. The AI module currently right now gives you a snapshot of the important indicators and some entry and exit points. Later on, with the next version of the AI, we will also have some natural language capability to input questions directly into the module, which will give you some further analysis. I use AI all the time, but I find also AI very much. I think it's related to the capacity and how much servers and energy it consumes. But basically, AI gives you an overview in the form of numbers and tables, but all the numbers are rounded. I don't know if you've used AI for TA, but it gives you a whole bunch of rounded numbers. And while it's helpful, I don't think it's as helpful as it can be. So we're modifying the AI to give you very accurate information with regard specifically to crypto and cryptos. That will be a very powerful tool. Going forward, we also have the mobile apps, which are being rolled out in Q4 this year. The mobile apps are going to be integrated with CoinTel to give you signaling if you're going to be on the day trading, but also the swing trading. It's going to be a very powerful tool. It'll allow you to connect directly with your connected exchanges and also the Colbit exchange once it's ready. And going forward, we're going to work very closely with various communities and KOLs to start promoting the platform when our marketing campaign starts in December of this year.
Very well, and I'm looking forward to it. I think on behalf of the entire Burbness community that is actually proficient in trading aspects, right? For many different people that are, not only the blockchain enthusiasts, not only the airdrop hoppers, not only the gem hunters, they're also actually dedicated traders, day traders, intraday traders, swing traders, myself being a position trader, So all in all, CoinTel's lines up to become one of the biggest releases, that's for sure. And again, huge shout out and huge appreciation towards you, Stewart, towards Matthew, towards the entire crew behind this platform, because I think it's not only very promising, release to be had basically in the coming months. I think it's just that there's going to be a lot of narratives and initiatives coming more. Perhaps CoinTel being one of the trendsetters to optimize the markets, right? To bring more reliability to the markets, more kind of like quantitative strategies, just like you mentioned, with the AI wave adoption right there, where the markets are becoming more and more efficient by just participation of the funds, by institutional capital, by the AI use, and where we all just kind of like try to bring a little bit more rational into the game. And I think that serves a very good purpose as
Yes.
well.
And,
So
and one other important point, we will be launching our token early next year, and the token economy will basically facilitate more professional analysts to be on the platform. Each of the professional analysts, they have their own communities, which they're going to bring to the platform. They will be paid in token or remunerated in token, which will drive a lot more of the proprietary trading information on the platform itself, specifically for the various crypto communities, but for the crypto community as a whole.
I love it. I love it, and I'm looking forward to it myself as a trader. Like I said, and for many different outcomes that are going to be very positive. The retail wave it's yet to come. Just like you gave a very accurate perception of that from the Coinbase or from the any sort of like mobile wallets downloads or the crypto apps. I think one of the other ways to check it is basically to check on the Google Trends search, right? It's simple as checking on the Bitcoin, where we are anywhere between 50 and 60%, 52% last time I checked, when compared with 2021 peak, which shows us that anywhere between 5 and 6 people out of 10 that were present in 21 are only present today. And the market has matured so much because we've got ETFs, we've got Larifink, we've got BlackRock, we've got Vanguard, VanEck, all those big kind of like funds institutions. Right now, there's not a single piece of debate if it's happening, because it's already happened. There's nothing to deny. They're already here.
Yeah, I think it's happening faster this time.
And it's happening faster than I think most of the people realize. So the only missing factor is the retail adoption. They are all lining up. Probably Hanukkah is going to be this magical, crucial, crusty milestone for them to realize that, okay, it seems like we're missing out the game. It's time to get back on the game. And those who actually will have made money until then already, we're going to have more time to, or I should say more resources to spend on goods and services, also boosting the economy. And that's where the superposition, the super cycle part enters into the full-blown out mode when one empowers another. So it couldn't be more perfect timing for releasing those CoinTel's features. And I appreciate you sharing all those incredible features, Stewart, as today's host. And I definitely want to give you a space for, like we give for any other speaker right now, to share some final tips, some final golden takeaway for our viewers to wrap our sessions today with.
Sure. I think, there's a couple of big narratives that are going around now. One of them is the meme coin. I do believe that meme coin narrative will be very strong in this cycle. I believe it is it's captured the imagination of the Generation Z, and they see it as a way of really being able to perhaps profit or capitalize in this bull run. So meme coins will be very interesting. We have all of the pages on the meme coins, and we have quite a bit of information about top gainers and popular coins that get right on the top of the homepage every day. That is something that's just very interesting to watch. I don't trade meme coins aggressively. My exposure is mostly limited to Doge. I think Doge is the granddaddy of the meme coins. It has the highest liquidity. And of course, it has its own narrative, which is going to go, which will be very beneficial in this cycle as well. And the second thing I would say is that I think we're reaching a stage where the market is maturing, as you mentioned. Retail is coming in again. A lot of newbies are coming in. Maybe I would. It's a personal advice. I wouldn't suggest hodl all the time. Try to understand a little bit what's happening in these increasingly efficient markets. Set up your trade strategy where you can get in a advantageous entry point. Have your take profits and your stop loss in place, and I think that will educate you, but also save you money in the long run.
As a charter market ignition, the only charter market ignition from my home country, I'll truly appreciate what you just mentioned, because that's the entire thesis of bringing more efficiency into the market, more decision making on the numbers, facts, and evidence. That's something that cannot be refuted. Ladies and gentlemen, Stewart Bowers of CoinTel has been today's guest. And as we wrap, I want to give one final highlight and shout out to our incredible partners and sponsors, out of which being CoinTel, DYDX, Bybit, and Dragon's Line as well, who actually just participate actively in the space and making the space a little bit better every single day, step by step, towards the improvement. So a huge appreciation for that. For everybody who's watching and viewing that, make sure to actually use our special giveaway and the QR code that you can scan right now on the screen. That is actually going to give you access to free education inside of our community that's been rolling for the past 7 years and counting, right? And on top of that, you can actually win free VIP membership subscriptions for every day, right? So if you are here to make better choices, if you want to learn early, basically, if you want to get a little bit more confidence, more guidance, security, I've been there. I know what it means to keep losing a lot of money. I know what it means to be getting wrecked. I know what it means to be falling and failing as a trader. So if you need a little bit more help and just decision making in terms of more numbers, more accredited guidance, I truly encourage everybody to go ahead and check out this QR code. And ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host, Adrian Zdunchik, CMT. Thank you for today's session, Stewart, and I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you.